Israel just dropped his hand. Israel, are you running away? If you want to speak, please raise your hand. Let's see. No one is raising his hand yet. So, do I carry my mic and be going? The question is, how was your week and how is your project going on? Hope you submitted your assignments also. So if you want to talk, let me see your hands up. All right, Endurance, let's hear from you.
Hello, good evening, everyone. This is Endurance from Group 1. I would say week 2 actually went well. I've submitted my assignment, and regarding our project, we are still on it, working very, very hard on it. So very soon, we are coming up to submit our project.
Endurance, if you're speaking, we are not hearing you.
Oh, really? Can you hear me now?
Please make sure your microphone is muted. If you're not called, please make sure your microphone is muted at all times. Thank you. Endurance, we cannot hear you. Is it just me?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you?
Yes.
Okay, I said I'm Endurance from Group 1, and the week went very well. I've actually done my assignment and submitted, and as for my group, we are still working on our project, and very soon we'll round up and submit it. So that is it. Hope you were able to hear what I said.
Yes, I was able to hear you. Okay. All right, Group 1 members, hope you're on the call already. Can I see your hands up? Group 1 members. Endurance, your people are not here. Go and call them.
No,
right,
make I go drag them from.
Go and drag them with rope. Yomi, let's hear from you.
Okay, I have a question. I tried checking through the group for the link to submit the CV assignment, but I was not able to get it.
Come again, please.
I said I have a question. For the link to submit the assignment, I tried checking on the group, like scrolling through, but I did not get to see the link.
All right, the link is on the group. The link is always with the link to the class for every week. When you check the link to the class, you see at the last part, you see submit your assignment here. That link is for the submission. So just click on it and submit your assignment.
Okay, but I noticed it's for the PRD submission.
Okay, the PRD submission link is different from the assignment submission link. This PRD submission link will be sent from tomorrow. So for the groups that are almost done or done with their projects, the first part, right? You'll be submitting your PRD and slides using the submission link that will be sent tomorrow. Please note that Friday is the deadline for submission. of your PRD and slide. So if your group has not started work, you guys should start. All right. Okay, Yomi, you wanted to say something?
But I think that means somebody will need to edit the form because it's carrying PRD then link for the pitch. I don't know if you understand. The form link that is on the WhatsApp currently is carrying submission for PRD, then the link for the pitch.
I'm sorry, Yomi. Are you in the product management course or the boot camp?
The boot camp.
All right. The boot camp is scheduled for 6. So please exit this call. It's for the product manager, the product management course. So boot camp link will be sent
Okay.
to your group. Boot camp meeting starts by 6.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, product managers. This concept, let's hear from you. How are you? How was your week? Have you submitted your assignment? Please, if when you want to speak, your name and your group number, let's hear from you. If you submitted your assignment, how your week went, at this week's class was, and if you've started the project in your group.
Okay, good evening. Good evening. I'm Miss Fire by name. The week went well, very okay. I mean, group 3, our group member is really trying. Who just every one of them. Every one of them is really amazing. Like, it was fantastic working with every one of them. So we had to use with like 4 or 5 people. Our assignments, all our group members submitted. We ensure that. So assignment for the week has been done, and the project is going well, smoothly and fastly. We are almost done with the project. So thank you.
All right, well done, Miss Cousin. Okay, so up group 3, Abby. Group 3 members, are you on the call?
We are on the call.
Yes,
We are on the call.
Yes, you people,
but
take attendance.
oh,
Take attendance. How many of you are here?
yeah, I'm present too.
Present. All right, welcome. Okay, welcome everybody. Who wants to talk to us again? Banye, do you want to talk to us before we move to the real day of this evening?
Please, I
Still
have a
hearing you on
question.
the call, or if your members are not on the group, on this meeting, please make sure you call them. Everybody must be
Please, I
present.
have a question.
Please raise your hand and you'll be called. Please do not just unmute your mic. Raise your hand and you'll be called. Prosper, you want to speak with us, right?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, I'm
Let's
Prosper
hear
Bills
from you.
from the group. I'm Prosper Bills from Group 14. Our progress is going well, going fine. There's progress on it, and also I'm sure everyone has submitted the assignment from our own group part. Now, there's a question I want to ask concerning what you said that you're going to send a link for the PRD tomorrow. You mentioned PRD and slide. Are they different or they are the same thing?
Yes, the PLD is different from the slide. The slide is what you'll be making use for your presentation. The slide does need to you don't need to like summarize what is in your PRD on the slide. It does not need to be too bulky and all of that. It just needs to be like summary of what you've done in your PRD. Do you understand?
Okay.
You just have 5 minutes to present on Saturday and on Sunday. So you cannot be going through all what you have in your PRD. You just need your slide to just present. So we'll know your problem, your solution overview, and everything that you have. Do you understand? So you are
Okay.
submitting your PLD and you're submitting your slide.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Any other person that wants to speak with us before we move? Nobody, right?
I've
All
been
right.
raising my hand.
Let's. Okay, who is speaking?
Victory.
Is that Ayomide?
No, victory.
Victory. All right. Victory.
Yeah, so I've been seeing some people asking about CV assignment, and I'm kind of lost because that the assignment I thought doesn't have anything to do with CV. So I want to confirm if there are two different assignments for last week, apart from the project and the one that was in the YouTube video.
All right, Victory. You are in the boot camp, right?
Yes, I'm in the boot camp.
Okay, this is not the meeting for boot camp. Boot camp meeting starts by 6. So please exit the call. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, Mary Bright, can we hear from you?
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. My name is Mary Bright. I have submitted my assignment. I am from Group 8, and we are loving the course. We have gone a long way in our project. Hopefully we are going to be on time. I won't give you the I won't leak our plans, but we are on it and we are loving it. And our week went very well because most of the members of the group participated very well and show interest and understanding. And we are learning and we are grateful for this course. Thank you very much. We hope to
All
make you
right, you're
proud.
welcome.
Yeah.
All right. We we hope to see you perform miracles by Saturday and Sunday, right? Okay, so please, the CV is for the boot camp. The boot camp is different from the product management class. So if you are in the product management class for the March cohort, this meeting is for you. But the CV, if you have heard anything about CV assignment and all of that, that's for the boot camp. The boot camp are for those that just graduated the February course, they are in the boot camp and they are the ones with them having CV as assignment. So the product management course does not have CV as assignment. Hope everybody understands that. And this is the product management course meeting, right? Okay. Last but not the least, before we let's just take Ayomide and Destiny. Ayomide, let's hear from you.
All right. Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I wanted to ask two questions. First of all, the PRD document, does it have to be the same for all group members? Like what is inside the document has to be the same for everybody. And then secondly, the presentation slide, is it like a canvas like a canvas like what's it called? Like presentation, or like is it another thing entirely?
All right. So the presentation, each group has different problems to solve, right? So it cannot possibly be the same thing that will be in your PLD. But there was a template given to sent to the group on how you are to um, present your stuff in the PLD, right? Please, Oluwa Feromi, please mute your microphone. So the slide, you can make use of Canva, yes. You can make use of Canva for your slide. But each group has what different problems to solve. So every group will be coming up with different products, different solutions. Do you understand, Ayomide?
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, last but not the least for this evening before we call our facilitator, Destiny, let's hear from you.
All right, good evening, everyone. Good evening, all.
Good evening. Yes, good evening.
Please, just a quick one. I have laid eyes upon something that lends worry. So I just wanted to seek clarity. You know, we were splitted into groups. So we do the assignment, and I was thinking the assignment is supposed to be submitted by the group representative. Can you hear me, please?
Yes,
Hello?
I can hear you.
So there was a part given
I
to
can hear
me,
you.
and we were divided into subgroups. So there was a part given to me. So my subgroup worked on competitor analysis, key features and releases, and user stories and requirements based on our subgroup. So I've been longing to find out if we have submitted our project, because I learned that we are supposed to submit as a group, not individually. So I'm just seeking clarity. And secondly, if there's still availability for the bootcamp for those of us who are cohorts. Hello.
All
Hello,
right.
can you hear me?
So
Yes, I can.
we have individual assignments, right? There when during your body session or before when you were being introduced to the group, right? There was the syllabus that was sent to the group. We have topics for each week, right? So the topics for
Yes,
each
yes.
week, last week you taught introduction to product management and all of that. You submitted your week one assignment,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes, yes.
So there will be assignment question for week two. There will be assignment question for week three. That's individual assignment for week four also. But the group assignment is your project. So the project is
Okay.
different from your individual assignment. So you have two deliveries, your your group project rather, your group project and your individual assignment. Your individual assignment is the link that we send every week for you to take your class and submit your assignment. But the group project is what you're doing. This I think they divided you guys into subgroups so that it will make the work
Yes.
easier and faster. That's for your group. But the individual assignment, the links will be sent to the group every day of the week. Week two was sent throughout this week, right? You were seeing it on the group. That one is
No,
different
no,
from what you are
I don't,
seeing
I
in
see,
the
because, sorry, please to cut you. It wasn't intentional. The, I noticed that when I watched the video, I didn't really see where I was an assignment that was given, because I didn't submit a personal week two assignment. I don't know if there's still room for me to do that.
There were two videos on the link, right? On
Yes,
the
yes,
sent to
yes.
the group. So you have to watch the two videos. People have been submitting assignments for week two. So please watch the two videos again and submit
Okay.
your
So I can
assignment.
submit for week two, right?
Yes, you can. All right, this is not a question session. I asked you a
Thank you,
question.
thank
You
you.
people are throwing question back to me. Eh? So
Thank
right
you.
now we'll
Thank you.
be
Thank you.
inviting our facilitator. Please, I want to see those hands. Please welcome her. Jam those arms together. We have to. All right. We want to invite Miss Faith. Miss Faith, over to you.
Permit me to cry.
Please make sure your microphone is muted. Follow Shaw of Pierre Lola. Please make sure your microphone is muted. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Debbie. Good evening, everybody. Nice to be here again. All right, so We are going to be going over what we learned over the week and also questions as regarding your projects and all. And please, I also noticed that some people have been sending the assignment screenshots to the group. Please, that is not allowed. It is not permitted. Ensure you go through every lesson that is being shared on the group so that you can identify your ticket out, which is your assignment, and you can take it and submit accordingly. When you don't take the classes, you're looking for a shortcut to success, and there are no shortcuts to success. Because if you say you take the class and you can't find the assignment, that means you did not take the class thoroughly. You understand? So please, nobody should ever share the screenshots of the assignments. You can refer them, okay, is in the week one, is in the video one, or is in the video two, or whatever it is. You can inform them. They should go and rewatch it, but do not share a screenshot. This program is a fast-paced one, but we want it to be also thorough. We want everybody that is graduating, to be graduating and be confident in themselves and the skills they have learned. So when you are sending the assignment, people can just even go online and Google the answers to the assignments without even taking the class, without understanding what was taught in the class. So this is just a 4-week program. Let's make it count. Let's gain every value that we can from the class. Very important. So nice to be here again. And as usual, we're going to be having a very interactive class. But before then, kindly note that your presentation is taking place this coming Saturday and Sunday. Groups 1 to 15, prepare for Saturday. Groups 16 to 20, prepare for Sunday. On Saturday, the session will be starting by 12 p.m. And on Sunday, the session will be starting by 4 p.m. Please take notes. So if you're in groups 1 through 15, you'll be presenting your product, your solution on Saturday. If you're in group 16 to 20, you'll be presenting your solution on Sunday. I really hope that's very, very clear. And the rubrics will be sent to you. That means what I think that the judges will be looking out for. In case you did not know, the top 5 from these 20 groups will be picked after your presentation. And only these 5 groups that are picked will be presenting on the graduation day. Let me come again. On the graduation day, some of the groups will be presenting, only 5 groups will be presenting. These are the 5 best groups from this coming week's presentation. So if you know you want your group to be among the top 5, the work is in your hands, right? Yes. And also note that submission of assignment of group, your group member submission, also affects the success of your group. So if you are doing everything right and your group members are not submitting their assignments, you can actually, that can disqualify you from being among the top 5. I hope that's clear. So please ensure, don't be the reason why your group don't make top 5. Give it all it takes. All these things are actually for your good. When you come out, when you can, do the basic things it takes in bringing out a product, in identifying a problem and, preferring a solution. You're already one step. In fact, you're already a product manager, right? Yes. So give it all it takes. And note that they're also going to be providing a hi-fi prototype in week 4. Every group, whether you're among the top 5 or not, it is part of your requirements for graduation. So ensure that your group also submits the week 4, because you're going to be submitting twice. You're going to be submitting your PRD and your slides twice. The first one has the deadline on Friday, which is the first one. And you're going to be presenting with that. During the presentations, you'll be asked different questions from different judges, right? And you'll be judged. So whatever it is that you get, whatever questions you were asked, or even someone else, another group, whatever questions were asked, or whatever insights you were able to gain from your presentation, or even from maybe someone they did not even ask you, or they didn't even give you that contribution in particular, but they gave somebody else. I knew that that's also, you need it in your products, in your PRD, in your slides. Please, you have to edit that, edit both your PRD and your slides. Then also, by the end of week 4, you have to be providing the link to your Figma design. The link to your Figma design. So if you can start working already from this week, start working. This week, you'll be given a short lesson on design. You might need something more. You can go online, get something more. Like, this is not a product design class, right? But you'll be given a short class on product design. If you need something more, please, there are many resources available on the internet. Come up with your MVP, a solution that can at least solve just the design, please. You're not developing it at this stage, just the design. That it can at least show what your app is supposed to look like and how it's supposed to solve at least the minimum problem that you want it to solve. So that's going to be it's not important for this coming week. If you have it, fine. If you don't, fine. But it's going to be very, very important in your week for submission. You understand? So these are very, very important things that you need to know about. So kindly prepare and very well for that. For some of you that were around for the last graduation, you could see how the techies were presenting their products. So this is going to be you also in the next 2 weeks. And I want to first even congratulate you because we are already halfway down the line. So congratulations to you again. A lot of people have dropped, and that is fact. Not everybody started. They started are still, are still active. I'm very sure in some of your groups, that there's people that have never even said one word since the beginning of your collaboration. But you have taken it upon yourself to develop yourself. So you actually deserve a huge kudos and a pat on the back. When we enter a new year, people, they have different resolutions. Oh, this year, I want to up my income. I want to do this. I want to do that. And when the opportunity presents itself to them, they misuse it. The same skill you are learning for free is what people are paying 200,000 naira, 300,000 naira, 500,000 naira to learn. But because it is free, people, they misuse that. Okay, I did not pay any amount to learn it. So anything. Nobody's going to beat me. I'm not losing anything. Well, you are losing the opportunity. You are losing the opportunity. This same course is what some people have used to start their lives as product managers, and they're already earning in local currency, in foreign currencies. And it's the same course that some people took it and they felt like, okay, they didn't give it all it takes. And they probably did not even finish the course at all. And of course, it cannot do them any good. So I want to, encourage you today to actually give it all it takes. In the next 2 weeks, you are done with this chapter. And by then you would have, in fact, I know by now, most of you should already start feeling like, okay, you are already a part of something important, a part of a solution. You have met new people, networking with, people that you have probably never met before from different countries. And that is one of the importance of tech communities like this. So see, don't misuse the opportunity. There are many things apart from even your product management, skill that you're learning. There are many other things that you're going to learn from here. You're going to learn how to be a leader. For some of you that have taken up the roles of leaders in your groups, you're going to learn how to work in team. Teamwork is a very important skill. Communication. These soft skills are skills that you actually need. Is when you are presented with that situation that you know that I don't know how to do this thing. But they are important skills that are needed in your workspace, in your workplace. Then talk about the networking. You're meeting different people. This same course have hosted professors. This same course have hosted lawyers, baristas, and not just 10 years experienced lawyers. I'm talking about multiple years, over 15 years, over 20 years. Not everybody that you see here is a student like you, if you're a student. And not everybody you are seeing here is still, a fresh graduate. We have people with experience that are doing other things in life, but they just feel like, okay, can be an addition to what I already have. So this is a ground for many miracles, for many testimonies. So be ready, open yourself to it. Don't be slothful. Your first job opportunity can come from somebody in your group. Maybe you don't even know your first names. Your first job can come from somebody there. Make good friendships. Make good, relationships. Let everybody in your group know that this person I know they should not be able to ever even forget you that when I worked with this person. Because when opportunities come, they will remember you above every other person that they cannot even remember their names. You understand? So today I want to encourage you to give it all it takes. We're not going to waste much of our time. In 30 minutes, we should be done with this class. So now let's come back to what we learned during the week. I really hope we had a great time learning and diving into strange waters for some of us. For some of us that are already maybe in project management or even in product management. I know that there are many product managers amongst us that just want to, add to their skills. So some of these things may not be very strange to you, right? We dealt with agile methodologies. Now, agile actually provides a framework. I'm supposed to be sharing slides, but I don't think I'll be sharing that because of the network. Most times when we try sharing slides,
Please,
some
we
people
can't
used to
hear you
come.
clearly. Your network is breaking.
Okay, you can't hear me.
Side, we are
Me, I can hear
hearing you there.
you. I hear you clearly.
Voice is clear. We're hearing you.
The voice is really clear. We can hear clearly. Oh.
The person's network is
Okay,
breaching.
thank
That's
you.
why.
Okay, thank you for that. So if you cannot hear me, please refresh your network. And that's what I was talking about now, that at times, when you are doing video or sharing a screen, it could affect the network a bit. So we're going to do it without sharing our screens. For now, by next week, we don't have a choice. We have to share screens. So once again, let me add to that. When you are practicing with your group members, ensure that you share your screen. Use Teams for your meeting because that's what you're going to be using to present. So familiarize yourself. Share your screens. So that day you don't say, I'm trying to do that. I don't know where to share it from. Go and learn. It's very simple. Go and learn how to use. These are tools that can be used even in your place of work. Teams can be the tool, your communication tool. Slack can be a communication tool. Anything can be used. So be ready to learn new tools. When you even learn one, that doesn't mean that's the tool you're going to use forever and ever. You can go to another organization and they're using something else. Be ready to learn. Go online, you will see things. Ask AI to, okay, how do I do this thing on Microsoft Teams? How do I share my screen? How do I mute my microphone? How do I, unmute it? All these things are very important. All right, so let's come back. I said we're talking about agile methodologies, and it's a very interesting topic. In fact, I love agile a lot. right? So it's a framework. It provides a framework for software development, right? And agile methodologies is actually centered around what? Collaboration. That means people are collaborating. The way you are collaborating your groups now, iteration, learning, value delivery. You can go through your notes as we go together now. Now, amongst the agile framework, we use Scrum. Scrum is like the most popular. There are other agile frameworks, please don't get me wrong. But Scrum is like the most popular agile framework that many teams use today. In fact, according to a report by One Annual, 97% of teams use Scrum. So you can see that it's very popular. We also have Kanban. We have other ones, but Scrum is actually widely used. Now let's talk about the Agile Manifesto. The other video that was also, sent as part of our class talked about the different things, talking about your product owner, talking about the developers, design. So I really hope you actually understood that. If you don't understand it, please go over it again. That's why these videos are pre-recorded, so that you can always go over as much as you can. If you don't understand, I know they are speaking, their language, or should I say their language, or their accents may be foreign to some of us, but go over it. You can even reduce the speed so that you can understand very well. So let's talk about the Agile Manifesto, and I want to hear you speak. Of course, you're going to raise your hand. Just give me one Agile Manifesto. Yeah, so you raise your hand, I will call you. And why we are doing this is not because we are children, right? It's just for orderliness, and because we are many on the call, and we don't want this to become rowdy. In fact, a lot of people are not on the call. Why are we so few? Actually, very few in the class today. What's going on? Okay, so if you have not yet spoken to your team members, go and send them the link to join the class now. Some of them may not be aware that the class has started already. Let's do that in 10 seconds before we come back to answer the question. So let's go and send your group members to join the class so that all questions can be answered. This is an avenue to get your questions answered. And as we are speaking, if you have any questions that, from what we've learned, or even as regarding your project, please type it in the comment box. Yes, please type it in the comment box if you have any questions, so that as soon as you are done with what we have learned, we can as well answer those questions immediately. Okay, so let me start with Prosper. Prosper, Bills, Emenike. Prosper.
Yes, ma'am.
So give us one Agile Manifesto.
One of the Agile manifesto we have is responding to change over following a plan.
Whoa, thank you so much. Beautiful. Yes, Agile actually prioritizes what? Responding to change over following a plan. Yes, there's already a plan now. It's very good for you to have plans. But when a change comes up, you don't say, okay, this is a plan, we must follow this plan through. And you can see it's obviously that because of this change that's come up, things may not work if you continue with this plan. You don't go through with that plan. You respond to change. Thank you very much, Prosper. Let's see. Ineme Wilfred. Wilfred.
Good evening, ma.
Good evening, ma. Good evening.
Good evening. Okay, another Agile manifesto is the prioritize customer collaboration over contract negotiation.
Yes, collaboration is very, very key in Agile. So Agile, what prioritizes what? Customer collaboration over what? Contract what? Negotiation. Okay, I can see some questions in the group already. Please let your questions come in so that we can get them answered. Okay, so let's have two more people because we have just two more. Let me see. Faith, yeah, my namesake. So let me call you Faith Kasarachi Renia. Hello, Faith.
All right, thank you. Yes, I'm here. Thank you very much. All right, so the next one would be prioritization of individual interaction over process and tools.
Yes. Agile prioritizes what? Individuals and interactions. You will talk to individuals, you will interact over just, this is the process, this is the tool that we use. Interact with the individuals, interact with users, interact with stakeholders. Agile prioritizes that over that. And the last one, let's see somebody again. Oh my God, we have lots of hands. Okay. Did somebody lower everybody's hand? Because I can see only just two. There were more than this before. So let's call Chidiebere Atuku. Chidiebere.
Yeah, Agile prioritizes working software over comprehensive documentation.
Yes.
Hello? Okay.
Yes, you are correct. Now, note that even though your PRD is very good, right? It's very good for us to have a good PRD, but that's not the cocoa. You don't have to have, a big, keep on writing document, then you don't have your software. Nothing is working there. You cannot even solve the basic solution that you created that product for. So it's not just about having documents. Yes, documents are key rather. But you must prioritize a working software over comprehensive documentation. Thank you so much. You are all wonderful. Now, let's talk about Scrum. So basically, Scrum is a way to get work done as a team in small places at a time with continuous experimentation and feedback loops along the way. As you are doing small, you are getting feedback, right? You're taking it, okay, this is one, you break it down. Let's do this one first. Okay, let's work on this feature first. What is the feedback? What is going on with this? You understand? You actually, there's a feedback loop along the way, because that's when you can learn and improve as you go. With Scrum, you will deliver value incrementally in a collaborative way. You are collaborating, and it's actually in a what? It is incrementally. Now, this has been well explained in that second video, talking about the Scrum framework, talking about your product owner, your developers, and the Scrum master. We're not going to have too much time. Okay, let's come to prioritization technique. Now, you started working on your product, right? Beautiful. Now, a lot of people are bringing out ideas. Okay, let us add this one in our app. Let's add this one in our product. Let's add this one in our website. Let's add this one here. So how then do you prioritize? Because that's one of the key jobs of you as a product manager. You must know how to prioritize what? The features that you want to put in your app. I told you last week that look at WhatsApp. Almost every week you're seeing new features. You know how many features will be in their backlog? By now, you should understand what backlog is, right? If you actually have gone through this week's class, you understand what I mean by backlog. You know how many features are there that they have to, okay, let us do this one first. Let us do this one first. Let us do this one first. I hope you understand. So now, we want to know how to prioritize. How will you prioritize? Because these are questions that can be asked, that the judges can ask you by next week, next 2 weeks. Okay, you talk about these features. What prioritization technique do you use for these features? In case you don't know, prepare for questions because you'll be asked questions. Not only the presenter, but even the team. Another thing again is try your best to, have a lot of people that are working together. Don't put on only one person. Don't let it be very obvious. There's only one person that did the whole job. You can have 2 presenters, even though you have just 5 minutes for a presentation, but know how to, segment yourself. So, because it's a group work and not just an individual task. So let's come back to prioritization techniques. So let's talk. You can raise your hand if you know the prioritization techniques. Just list them. I would explain them briefly. Okay, so I can see some hands up. I I see some hands up. I can see some hands up. Let's see. Okay, Folusho. Okay, Lola or Okelola. Folusho, unmute your microphone. Tell us one of the prioritization technique.
The Moscow technique.
Okay, thank you. What's the family of Moscow?
Okay, must know. Sorry, yeah, must have.
Okay.
Should have, could have,
Yes. Yes.
and MS, MOS, OC, and I can't remember the last one. Would
Okay,
have,
so who wants to help Felicia? Let me see. So if
would
someone
have.
wants to, you can type it in the chat box. Let's help Felicia out. He has forgotten the last one. So type it in the chat box. Type it, type it, type it, type it. What is the last one? You mentioned must have, should have, could have. Anybody? Yeah,
Must have.
oh great. Won't have. Yes. Oh my god. You guys are so brilliant. Okay, yeah. So Felicia, don't forget next time. It's actually won't have the features that you're not going to be having at that time. Maybe you're working on your MVP. What are the features that you won't be having on that particular version of your MVP? You can mute your microphone now, please. Mute your microphone already. Okay, so thank you. We already have one. Let's see. Williams of Ofoeze. Ibrahim, please mute your microphone. Ibrahim is it Muftau? Mute your microphone, please. Williams Ofoeze, unmute your microphone. Let us hear you. I can see your hand is raised.
Okay, we have the value versus efforts matrix.
Yes, we have the value versus effort matrix. Thank you very much. Okay. Okay, let me see somebody else. I'm still going to come back to explain these things again in case you've forgotten the explanation in class. A minute. Okay, so let's have Ibrahim Muftau. So Ibrahim, you can unmute your microphone now and let's hear you. A prioritization technique.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello, Mode.
Yes, Kano. Yes, Kano is a beautiful one too. Thank you very much, Ibrahim. Anna, Ibrahim, you can mute your microphone, please.
By categorized
Anna.
features.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
We have rice scoring.
Rice scoring model. Okay, now is it like rice and beans? Or well, can you tell us a little more about rice? What is the full meaning?
R is for reach, I for impact, C for confidence, and E for effort.
Okay. I said that you guys are, in fact, it's like, let us have our graduations today because people have already graduated, finished. Thank you very much. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm still going to come back to explain this. So if you have questions, I think I saw a question on one of them. So I'm still going to come back to explain some of these things. So let's ask somebody else again. This will be the last person for now. We actually have not even more than what was listed in class. We still have some other ones that they may not be widely used, but of course they are still prioritization techniques. So let me just have one more person because of our time. I want us to close very soon. Okay. So let's have peace. Omumu. Peace. You can unmute your microphone. Peace, unmute your microphone.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello? Hi, okay, good evening, everyone. We have matrix technique. Matrix technique. Hello?
Matrix
technique. MATRSI. RIS. Matrix. Hello?
Okay. Now,
hello,
what
can you
matrix?
hear me? Techniques. It's a grid that has 4 quadrants. It has 4 quadrants. The X, Y,
Okay, I was
axis
about
and the Y axis. Hello, can you hear me?
I can't hear you. You're talking about value versus effort matrix, right?
Yes.
Yeah, value versus effort matrix. Yes, I can hear you. All right,
Oh,
all right. Thank
okay. All right.
you. Okay, I think somebody has mentioned that already. So because let me just call one more person because I wanted something different. Let's have Ademola Bamidele.
Evening, everyone. So we
Hello.
also have the Moscow model.
That has been mentioned. People are going back again. Oh.
There is also one like the weighted stuff, something like this. Ah, forgot it.
Okay.
Ah, I forgot it. It escaped my mind. Weighted. I can't recall it very well.
Okay. Anybody
Actually,
wants
we
to
have.
help me?
Yeah, someone to help me
Okay,
out.
let me try. Yeah, let me try.
Okay.
We
Okay,
have
Prosper.
okay, we have
Ah,
weighted shortest job first.
Yes, yes. Okay, so now let's quickly go over all of if you are the ones we have mentioned. I will quickly go over everything now. Yes. So that I think after then we can call it a day for our class. Let me see if there's anything much again. So that because it might take us a little while. But I'm going to really be very fast because I want us to understand it very well. Okay, we still have some small things. Okay, I think we're not really much. Okay, now let's start with yes, we have buy a feature. Oh man, you people, you want me to really okay, let's start with our Moscow. I call it Moscow, and but some people call it Moscow. Anything you want to call it, just call it. You see, those old there are just there to fill in the gap. You understand? It's actually MSCW, but so that it is pronounceable. That's why they put the O, and now you have Moscow, whatever. And like someone already said earlier on, it stands for what? Must have, should have, could have, won't have, those four. And when we talk about must have, so let's look at WhatsApp now. I'm going to ask us this question. Look at WhatsApp. Think of WhatsApp as I'm talking now. Who can tell me the must have features on WhatsApp? Raise your hand, please. Don't just unmute your microphone. The must have feature on WhatsApp, like that the product managers at WhatsApp actually made it as you know that is a must have feature. You understand? So please, if I don't call you, mute your microphone, please. Let's have Shedrack Anawunde. Charles, mute your microphone. Shedrack Anawunde. So who can you just tell me one of the must have features that you feel like those product
Good
managers at
afternoon,
WhatsApp?
everyone.
Hi, good afternoon.
Yeah, so one of the must-have features I can see on WhatsApp is the search feature.
That's okay. A must have. Are you sure that's a must have? Okay. Okay, let's have somebody else too. Let me call somebody else. A must have feature on WhatsApp. Mary Bright. Mary Bright.
Is the
Mary
chat
Bright.
the chat
Thank
future?
you. Thank you. That chat feature is literally the must have because that is even what WhatsApp is here to solve. WhatsApp wants to, enhance communication, right? So imagine WhatsApp without a chat button. Like, does that make sense? You understand? So the most important, in fact, that's like the most important is what the chat feature. Imagine, so let's say WhatsApp was just there with that, it's just going to be like any other social media. Maybe you're just going there to post, blah 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 blah. So the most app, one of the most apps, we can say it's what the chat feature. And that's why you can go there, you can chat with your friends, chat with everybody. Okay, let's talk about should have feature. Think very well before you talk. Oh. What is one should have? Now, when you say should have means they are important, but they're not really critical for the first version. Like you can even still push it to another version of your product, maybe when you're working on more features. It's a should have, right? It is important, but not critical for the first version. So for WhatsApp now, I'm bringing it back up so that we can understand very, very well. So let me see somebody. Banye Oge. Banye Oge. So can you think of one, should have feature on WhatsApp? Unmute your microphone. Okay. Okay, I don't think Oge is here. We don't have much time. Let's have Oluwa Damilola Adeniji. It should have feature on WhatsApp.
Good evening, everyone.
What is that one, no? If you're not talking, please unmute your microphone. If you're not called, if you're not Oluwa Damilola, mute your microphone immediately. Oluwa Damilola, please proceed.
Good evening, everyone.
Hi, good evening.
I think it should have feature should be the voice note.
Okay.
Yes, because I
Okay.
believe whatever it is you want to say with the voice note, you can actually type it out since the chatting option is also there.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're actually correct, to be honest, because it's actually very important to have the feature, but it does not have to actually follow the first. I'm very sure that if you can still remember very well, voice notes did not come with WhatsApp when WhatsApp was still new. If you can still remember. So later we started having voice notes, even now we already have video notes. So yes, actually it should have. It is important because right now some people, in fact, they love that voice notes. They cannot even chat without voice notes. They are and their party, they always back throwing voice notes at themselves, right? Okay, thank you very much. So let's go to the could haves, right? And when you talk about could haves, we're talking about let me say nice to have features. Yeah, you can call them nice to have. Like if there's time, if there's money, there's resources, we can have them. It's just nice to have features. It makes your users just feel good. Please, if you're not talking, mute your microphone. In fact, everybody should mute their microphone right now. I'm the only one talking for now. So please, mute your microphone. Now, so could have features. They are just nice to have features. So let's think now. On WhatsApp, what are the could have features? I'm going to call some of us now. Let me see. We have lots of hands. You guys are I love this class. It's very, very interactive. That means we are understanding what we are learning. Okay, so let's have Martin Simon. Martin Simon or Simon. Martins. Unmute your microphone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah. I think one could have a feature in WhatsApp is
okay, yes. Is what?
Is the chat edits.
Okay.
Because you can actually send your chats and it will still go. If you make a mistake, maybe you delete and send again. But introduction of the chat edit, when you send a message and you need to edit it, is something that's
true actually.
Yes, added value.
Or at least if there's money, we can just put it there. It's just a nice to have. Let me see some of the comments in the chat box. Someone said something. Yes, even the video notes, you can even say it. Yes, it's just a nice to have. Like, ooh, video notes, just a nice to have. Then maybe one-time view. Okay, yes, you can actually say that as well. So anyway, depending on how they intend to prioritize it, they are the one that knows their goals, right? They know their goals. Yes, someone said the feature that allows you to add music to your status. Yes, that is true. It's just a nice to have. Like, it does not really affect whether people chat or not. You understand? It does not really affect that. Then maybe a wound. I wanted to ask you for what the won't have, but don't let me disturb you because won't have is like, what they don't intend to, what is not yet available right now. But that will be in their own back end. We don't know what is going through their mind, right? Okay, so now let's come back to the next one, which is rice scoring model. Now, someone mentioned rice before, right? So let's talk about that. The rice scoring model. And we said R is for reach, I for impact, C for confidence, and E for effort. Now, if you're thinking maybe the rice I'm talking about was the jollof rice and chicken, please be informed that no, this is just an abbreviation, yes, for all these things that are mentioned. Now, let me explain what reach actually means. Reach means how many people will this feature impact? Like, okay, if you put this feature, how many people will it what impact? For the next one, which is what impact, we are talking about how much will it benefit users. You can put on a scale of 1 to 5 that okay, maybe 1 for the least, that okay, if you give it 5, that means okay, it's going to really, really benefit users. If you give it 1, maybe it's not really, really benefit users. Your C, which is what? Confidence. He said, how sure are you that this thing I said that is going to benefit users, it's going to really, really benefit users? Okay, I'm 60% sure. You use percentage for that one. I'm 60% sure. Oh, I'm 90%. Oh, I'm not really so sure. Maybe like let's just give it 30% or 20% because I'm not so sure. And E is for effort. Effort refers to how much work is required. Maybe how many months, how many people are going to, you understand? These are that. And there's a formula for rice. For you to get your rice score, you have reach times impact times confidence over effort. Again, reach times impact times confidence over effort. And why does this, why it works is because it combines both a real score, like a number, with a focus on what your effort versus value. So this one helps your teams to avoid low impact and high effort task. When you have a feature or task that has low impact, but it requires high efforts, you need to just run away from it. Yes, thank you, Moses. You are correct. Reach times impact times confidence over efforts. And let's come to Kano model. Like I said, I'm going to really touch on these things. Kano model focuses on customer satisfaction. In Kano model, we have the must-haves, stuff like how you have in your Moscow. We have performance features. These are this one that improve satisfaction. We have delighters. Delighters are the unexpected features that create excitement. Does not really, like if it's not there, just like example that we said now. Nice to have. Like you're adding music to your status, like, whether it is there or not, it doesn't even really make any difference. But as it's there, now everybody's using that. Okay, I'm chilling with this, like you just put music there and all of that. So people are asking me some of the questions I've already answered. You're asking me what reach means, what impact. So maybe I will send you the recording after class, because we cannot keep on going back. You understand? I just explained all of these things now. We have a lot of things to cover, and time is not on our side. So now, I was talking about Kano model. I talked about must-haves. I talked about performance features. We have the delighters, which is like your nice to have, right? And we have indifferent. These are some of the features that your users, they don't even really care about. All those one that they don't care about is the one you should what? Don't even prioritize, like let it be at the lowest among the features that you intend to, prioritize. And why does this one work? It works because it helps to balance between functional improvement and innovation. Now, we also talk about value versus effort matrix. Some people call it quick wins matrix because this one, you use two criteria, which is the value and the effort. When we say value, we're talking about the impact. Okay, so somebody is unmuted. Can you mute your microphone?
Yeah.
Who is that?
Yeah. But I'm Emmanuel.
Okay, so we usually have these issues again and again. Please, I've told you, always mute your microphone. It's very important. Somebody is still unmuted. Okay. Now, let's proceed so that we can have a very seamless class. Somebody's already unmuted again. Why? I know. Like, this is very simple for crying out loud. Please, let's have a very great class. Now we're talking about the value versus effort matrix. I said the value is the impact of this feature on your users or even your business, depending on what you're talking about. While the effort is the time, the resources, and the complexity required. How much time is required to do this, to push this feature out? How much resources are required? How complex is it? In value versus effort matrix, it splits tasks into quick wins when we have features that are high value and low effort. You know that we said we are going to having like is it a graph, or what do I call it now? An X and Y, or an X and Y axis, right? So we are putting value one side, you're putting the effort on the side. So if you have high value, if you have features that fall with, they have high value and they have low effort, that means you don't require much effort to get them done. Those are the ones that you first prioritize. We call them the quick wins. If you have the one that they have high value and high effort, they are worth the investment for major improvement, right? So like this one will follow the quick wins. We call them the big bets. Big bets. If you have the ones that they are low value, they don't have much value, but they are also low effort. That means they don't require much to get them done. So those ones, we call them the fill-ins. You can do them when, when there's capacity, anytime that capacity allows. Then we have the time wasters. These ones, they are low value and high effort. What do? You avoid them, run away from those features. They are time wasters. They don't have much value, but they will collect money. They will collect time. They are so complex, difficult to do without, any better value. So why does this prioritization technique work? It's because it is visual. It is easy to, you can see it on your map or your graph, rather, or whatever it is that you're using. It is easy to understand, and it is great for cross-functional discussions. Now we also have one that we call ICE scoring model. This is just like, it's almost like rice, but it's a little bit different. We don't have the R here. And here, your E is what? Is, not effort. That's the ICE scoring model, ICE, which is impact, confidence, and ease. This one, you just times it, multiply it together. That is, for you to get your ICE score, impact times confidence times ease. This one is very quick and flexible, and it is perfect for early stage or fast moving teams. Then we also have which one do we want to discuss? Okay, buy a feature. Now this buy a feature, I actually love explaining it because it's actually an interesting feature, prioritization technique. Yeah, you can give all your stakeholders like a virtual budget. You can say, okay, all of us in our team, or maybe you are 10 in your team, 10 of you, I'm giving all of you $100. $100, you have to buy the features that you value most. So among the, let's say you have 5 features, you can say you have feature 1. This one costs 20 naira. Feature 2, $20 rather, or if it's naira you want to use. Feature 2, this one costs 2 naira. So keep on buying with the $100 that you have. Of course, the one that people buy the most are going to be the feature that you prioritize first. So this one, why is it good? It encourages collaboration, and you can really understand what your stakeholders truly care about. Now, there's no one best technique, right? The technique to use depends on your goals. Some people can even use more than one technique. That is for you. But if you are working on MVPs or early stage products, I actually recommend Moscow, right? If you're working on customer-centric features, I recommend Kano model or buy a feature. If you're working on data-driven decisions, you can use your RISE or even your eyes prioritization technique. So let's move. We are coming to the end of today. By 5:30, we should be done with this and all. Now, we have some problems with backlog prioritization because, when we're looking at all these features are not even coming from only you as a product manager. At times, the founder can say, okay, I want this feature to be in our product. I'm talking about the common challenges in backlog prioritization. So your different stakeholders can say, product manager, Alpha, please, I think this feature is actually very important for the next release of our product, maybe the next version of our product. You say, okay, sir. Another stakeholder come again and tells you the same and give you something very different. Okay, sir. Now, how then do you now, manage this conflict? Because when one is telling you to do one, another one is telling you to do it. One is saying do A, the other one is telling you to do Z, like very far from each other. These are some common challenges that we already explained in the class. We talked about our definition of done. Now, this DOD, it varies depending on your company, your organization, the organization you're working with. That is their formal definition of quality. That, okay, this is the quality we are aiming at bringing out. When we get this quality, then that means a particular feature is done, or even a product, a phase, maybe a version is completed. So let me check if we have any questions again that has not been answered from the class that we've had now. I'm going to go through the chat box now. Like I said, you should drop them in the chat box. But if I've answered them during the class, I will not be answering them again. You'll be having the recording so you can go over it again. I hope you understand. Because of time, we have about 5 minutes. Before I also proceed, some people, okay. So someone said we should explain better on RISE scoring model. We've done that already. Why is this thing going up? I'm coming back again. It's going. I think I've passed some messages. Okay. Okay, someone said, please explain the customer collaboration versus the contract negotiation. I think I already explained that. But this comes, you're talking about that, you're talking about the Agile Manifesto, right? Yes. In waterfall, remember we talked about waterfall project management? That's the traditional project management. Yeah, teams, they create detailed contracts upfront. Before they even start anything, they will have told you the audio requirements, the exact scope, the timelines, the milestones, the fixed problem, the fixed cost, the amounts they're going to use to do everything before they even start, right? But what are the problems that came with this? There were a lot of assumptions because all these things, they come with early guesses. And this can be outdated. Imagine you're following that now and you get to the market and the cost of things have already increased, right? I'm talking about the contract negotiation now. This is what people use mostly in the waterfall or the traditional project management, right? Yeah, there is limited flexibility. Let's say your customer needs change already. They cannot, right? Yeah, they focus on deliverables, not value. They want to try to deliver because they're afraid they're going to deliver by, next month. We must try to deliver. Even if they're delivering rubbish, we must deliver. But let's talk about customer collaboration, which is the agile approach that we said agile is what prioritizing over that. I mentioned that when you're talking about collaboration, we're talking about ongoing communication. Agile prioritizes this communication with customers, talking with your customers. I mentioned that, I don't know if I mentioned this our own code now. I used to mention that the needs of your users, they can change. Everybody can love one food today, and next year, people eat, in fact, nobody's even eating that food anymore. Same as, other needs when talking about software. Look at To Go. At the time, To Go was, everybody was using To Go. Look at BBM. Everybody was with their BBM pin, blah, 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 blah. Now, how many people are using all these things these days? So there are changes. And that is very important for you to always keep in touch with your customers. Not following what you have said in your contract. Or the whole thing that you have written that, okay, this is what it's going to do. Even if you are seeing physically that this thing may not work. Our users' tastes have changed. You are still following. So that's why we said in agile, what prioritizes what customer collaboration over the contract negotiation that you have already set even before you started. I hope that is clear now. So let me see other questions. I can't load my work from OneDrive to WhatsApp. My assignment. I don't understand. Linda. Then is there a deadline? Yes, there's a deadline for the bootcamp because bootcamp is starting immediately after the product management class. So you have just maybe a few days in between each other. So there's actually a deadline, and deadline will be announced through your community managers. Okay. And the bootcamp is virtual. That means it is online, just like this, your class. It is actually virtual. It is virtual, and it is for the April cohort of the bootcamp. The bootcamp starts on the 7th of April. The bootcamp starts on the 7th of April. Then someone said, I need more explanation on week 4 for the project defense. Does it mean that we have to create our own software and then defend it? No, you are not a developer. You cannot, except if you have knowledge on maybe front end or software engineering, front end, back end. But without that, you're not taught to be developers. And as a product manager, you don't really have to know how to code. You must actually know how to use how they work hand in hand, how and what softwares, how your work with your engineers and all, but you don't really need to know how to code rather. You understand? So we are not coding, we are not working on that. You're only designing. You are designing. Then of course, someone said if a group is not part of the top 5, would they be giving certificates? Definitely. Of course, everybody, as long as you finish all your 4 assignments, you do your examination. Yes, you're going to be having an examination at the end of this program. You do your examination and your group submits their final project. You are fit to get your certificate. And of course, it is a paid certificate. In case you don't know, we have mentioned that severally. You are paying for the certificate. So as long as you do all these things and make your payment for the certificate, you will definitely get your certificate. Now, please know that top 5 is not just, it does not determine who you actually are. I've seen many people that were not even among the top 5, and they are already working as product managers now. So it does not actually define, but it's just a nice to have feature, like we have just talked about now. Yes, it's actually a nice to have feature. It's not a must have for you, but it's a nice to have, because when you're talking, especially, outside, and you're talking, okay, among 20 teams, I actually worked in a team, and the team was among the top 5 in 20 teams. That's an added advantage to you. If you know how to even package it very well, it's something that can be in your CVs. It can be in your, portfolio. It can be in your LinkedIn profile. And that can give you an edge over just any other product manager. You understand? Okay, so let me see any other one question. Okay.
Hello.
Please, what are you to do if offered a project manager job? Yeah, well, there's a way, according to what we have said before, a product manager does lots of project management as well. So it's actually good for you as well. If you get a project management job, yes, please proceed, right? You actually even learn more on project management. And when eventually you get a product management job, it gets easier for you. The project, you are doing your project in groups. Of course, you have been grouped. If you have not joined your group by this time, I don't know what to say. Oh. You have been grouped and it has been sent to the group severally. The project is in group. Your assignment is individual. There's a deadline for the payment of the certificates, and that will be by next week, because we want you to get your certificate on the graduation day. You understand? Yes. You send request to join what? I don't think you need to send any request to join anything if you're talking about the group chat. The group is in the link that was sent. Yes, where you can see your grouping. Just click on it. You don't need to request for any. I don't know. There's no request there. It's an open group. Is a boot camp a must? No, nothing is a must. It is not a must, but I can assure you that that's going to be one of the best decisions you have ever made after this course, because the boot camp is going to, push you. So for many people after this course, they feel like, oh, it's just 4 months. I'm not really confident. The boot camp is going to give you the confidence. You're going to be assisted on finding a job, an internship. You're going to be working on 2 more products, making 3. You're going to be working on your CV as a product manager. You're going to be working on your portfolio, which are important things that, your companies and software industries will definitely ask when they want to work with you. Is that understood? The graduation is not physical. It's not physical. It's also virtual. We're going to be having it the way we're having this now. We have different people from different parts of the world. Imagine people from having to gather everybody from different places together. It may not work. For the deadlines will be announced to you. Yes, I don't know what your program manager is going to, the dates, but yes, it will be definitely be announced to you in the group as well. Which question this I did not answer? What kind of product is the Moscow and value effort matrix? You can, to be honest, you can use them for anything. As long as it's a software product. I only just give suggestions to you that, okay, I personally prefer it for this and this, but you can use them for any software products, your digital products. For value versus effort matrix, I can say, okay, you can use them for maybe your AI, Web3 products, e-commerce platforms, etc. For your Moscow, use it for your software products, to prioritize the features in your product backlogs, even your digital products, even in project management, right? You can use all these. All these stuff are things that you can use for anything. Just depends on what devices that you want. Deadline of payment, like I said before, it will be announced in your groups, please. It will be announced in your groups. Now, this one said, I have not had time to join the live classes. Can I still be grouped? You were grouped not based on your live classes. As long as you did your week 1 assignment on time, you have been grouped. So go and check for yourself. If you did not do it on time and you have done it now, send a message to any of the admins. Can we use PDF for the slides concerning the projects? Definitely. Definitely. When creating your portfolio, now this is not a portfolio class, but I can just give you a little insight.